Hey everyone, in this video we'll talk about perfect square trinomials. And first, let's talk about what perfect squares are exactly. So perfect square. And a perfect square is a number. So a number is a perfect square where if you take the square root of that number, let's call it a, it will equal an integer. So all the whole numbers plus 0, including 0 as well. So some examples of perfect squares are 4, 9, 16, 25. And the reason why 4 is a perfect square is because square root of 4 is 2. The reason why 9 is a perfect square, square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 25 is 5. These are all nice whole numbers. They're nice integers. No decimals. For example, if we had the square root of 6, that would come out to approximately 2.4494, and so on. The digits go on forever. So 6 is not a perfect square. But 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on, they're all perfect squares because you can take the square root of them and they come out to a nice whole number or an integer. So let's scroll down a little bit and talk about these as they relate to trinomials. So first, let's take a look at x plus 5 times x plus 5. So we're multiplying something by itself. We're multiplying x plus 5 times itself, x plus 5. So this is essentially the same thing as x plus 5 squared. So x plus 5 squared is x plus 5 plus x plus 5. And one more thing too, if you remember from one of the previous videos, the way to multiply these two binomials is to use FOIL. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do x times positive 5, and then 5 times x, 5 times positive 5. And let's scroll down. So what's x times x? That is x squared. X times 5 is positive 5x. 5 times x is positive 5x. 5 times 5 is positive 25. And then we can combine these two like terms in the middle, plus 5x plus 5x. So our final answer is x squared plus 10x plus 25. Now this is very important. X squared plus 10x plus 25, this trinomial that we've just found, this is a perfect square trinomial. The reason it's a perfect square trinomial is because, as we saw earlier, this is equal to x plus 5 squared. So in other words, if you take the square root of this entire trinomial, when you take the square root, you will get x plus 5. Therefore, this is a perfect square trinomial because you can take the square root of it and you get a nice, well, in this case, we get a nice binomial right here. And then x plus 5 times x plus 5 will get you back to x squared plus 10x plus 25. Now, there's another way to think about this as well with regards to perfect square trinomials. And one way to think about it is, let's say we have any general binomial that we're squaring. So x plus a squared. So x plus a squared, let's actually try to evaluate this. X plus a squared is x plus a times x plus a. And again, we can use FOIL. So x times x times a times x, and a times a. So this comes out to x times x is x squared, x times a is positive xa, or this can also be rewritten as ax, since a will be the number. And then, so x times x times a times x, that is also ax. And then a times a is a squared. And then we can combine these two like terms in the middle, ax plus ax. So ax plus ax is 2ax. So x squared plus 2ax plus a squared. This equals x plus a squared. So this is important because if we had any binomial here, let's say we had this binomial 3x plus 2, and we wanted to square it, we could use this formula we just created. This formula right here. So in this case, x, that would be 3x. So let's substitute the x for 3x squared plus 2ax, 2 times, and again, this is the x in this formula, so that would translate to this, and then this positive 2 is the a. So then 2ax, we're up to here, 2ax, 2 times a, so a in this case is 2, times x, x in this case is 3x, plus a squared. So plus a squared, which is 2 squared. Excellent, and then we can go evaluate this. What is 3x squared? That is 3x times 3x. So 3x squared is the same thing as 3x times 3x, which is 9x squared. So 9x squared plus 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 3x is 12x. So 12x plus 2 squared is 4. And there we go. We have squared, we just evaluated 3x plus 2 squared, this one right here, using the formula that we created up here. So x plus a squared equals x squared plus 2ax plus a squared. And again, this is a perfect square trinomial, this solution that we have found on the bottom, 9x squared plus 12x plus 4, because if you take the square root of it, you will get 3x plus 2. Or in other words, 3x plus 2 squared will give you that. So I hope this video helps you understand perfect square trinomials. And if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching.